Welcome to the world where speed isn't just about laps per second. It's about power, survival, and strategy. No, we're not just talking about Formula One. We're talking about realism in international relations.
So let's shift gears and take a high-octane ride through the political theory that believes states are like F1 teams, always calculating, always competing, and always trying to stay in pole position. Imagine Red Bull as the USA, Ferrari as China, and then Mercedes as Russia. In realism, the world is an anarchical racetrack. There's no race control to keep everyone in check. Just like in international politics, there's no world government nor police. Each team, like each state, is in it for themselves. Their mission? Power and survival. Think of each F1 team as a country. They all want to win, but there's no referee who can stop Red Bull from pushing Ferrari off the track if it helps them win the Constructors' Championship. That's anarchy. Realism says every state is focused on its national interest. That's just a fancy way of saying how can we win the race and not get overtaken by anyone else. So they invest in better engines, aka military power, smarter drivers, aka diplomats, and team strategies, aka foreign policy, that serves their own needs, not the greater good. Helping others, nice idea, but in the realistic paddock, that's just a pit stop if it serves you. Realists believe that humans, especially leaders, are naturally selfish, competitive, and power-hungry. Sound familiar? From Senna's elbows out the fence to Verstappen's I'm not here to make friends style, drivers act in their own interest. Same goes for world leaders. Whether it's Machiavelli or Christian Horner, realists argue that politics is driven by ambition, rivalry, and calculation. No team stays dominant forever, unless you're Mercedes in the 2010s. But even they got challenged eventually. Realists believe in the balance of power. If one state or team gets top strong, others will gang up or innovate to push back. It's why countries form alliances. In F1 terms, it's like when everyone got annoyed at Mercedes' dominance. So the FIA changed the rules. According to realism, conflict is inevitable. Cooperation, temporary, peace, just a pause between races. In the political world, wars. States, like drivers, are constantly watching their mirrors. Any wrong move could cost them a position, or worse. Just as no F1 driver trusts the guy behind him at turn 1, no state fully trusts another. Welcome to the world of mistrust and survival. Now, let's use a bit of a real-world example with this. Take the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Realists would say Putin saw a chance to assert Russian power, hard power, challenging the NATO, and protect what he sees as his national interest. It wasn't about values or diplomacy. It was about influence, territory, and sending a message. Just like when a team protests another car for technical infringements, it's not just about fairness, it's about gaining an edge. But hold on, is this just a battlefield of endless rivalries? Some moments suggest otherwise. This is where we shift gears to liberalism. Liberals argue that cooperation is not only possible, it's essential. International institutions, like we've mentioned before, the FIA in F1, or the UN in the real political life, create rules, mediate conflict, and reward good behavior. Like a yellow flag, they slow down the chaos so the race doesn't crash. And then there's constructivism, waving a different flag altogether. Constructivists say it's not just about power, it's about meanings. Why do we boo some drivers and cheer others? Why does one country's nuclear arsenal feel threatening while another's doesn't? It's about identities and ideas, not just weapons and strategy. But here is where realism slams the brake on these idealistic terms. From a realist perspective, all of this cooperation and identity talk is just a strategy in disguise. Teams may agree on rules because it helps their long-term power. Drivers unite for a cause because it improves their public image and the sponsorship leverage. And Putin's nationalistic narrative? Realists would say it's just a tool to rally power at home and dominate abroad. Maybe politics is a race for survival, dominance, and prestige. Liberalism and constructivism offer hope, ideas, and cooperation. But realism keeps us grounded. It says, beneath the flash and flare, power is what makes the wheels turn. In the Grand Prix of world politics, realism always assumed the next race is already being planned in the shadows of today's handshake. Thank you for your attention.